Hello everyone, my name is Super Cacti and welcome back to another LEGO tank video. This is actually not a review video, this is more of a behind the scenes thing. So I recently uploaded my Type 95 Rogo LEGO set that everybody's not able to buy on ReBrickable and build for themselves. But that is not the only vehicle I have been working on, and this is another one of my... this is my big project. This is the Japanese Super Heavy Tank OI. So as you can see, it looks amazing, but you might think that it's ready to be uploaded, but there are still so many things that need to change about this. This is the sixth version you see before you. So I started with the first version, I built that, upgraded it, or maybe made improvements, that became the second, then I built the second, so on, so on. So then third, fourth, fifth, now we're at the sixth version already. This one has been through a lot. So, I guess I'll do a short little history again, just like I did with the Type 95. I'll keep it shorter than usual because this is just behind the scenes. I just want to show this off real quick and then we're done. This is not really available yet, so when this is ready to be sold online, then we'll do more a bit of history. But this is, like I said, the OI, Japanese Super Heavy Tank. OI, actually the O stands for Super Heavy in Japanese and I stands for first. So this is Super Heavy First, or the first Super Heavy tank. Now, what you're looking at here is a tank that has a 150mm Type 97 howitzer in the top of the turret. It has two little turrets here on the front as well, with 47mm Type 1 cannons, and one turret here in the back with two machine guns, two 7.7mm Type 97 machine guns. Now, I could get more into the historical part of things, but if you know the OI, you'll probably know that it's either built or it's not built, or it's fake or it's real. It's just... we don't, in realistically looking or historically looking, we don't know enough about this vehicle, if it's real or not, built or not. But this is Lego. Nobody cares about that. We know we have the blueprints of the vehicle. We know what it looks like. So there we go. Now the Lego set itself, this is a large set. As you can see, this is my hand right here. It's also pretty heavy. I don't know how heavy. Maybe I should put it on the scale one day. But it has a couple of play functions actually, so the small little turrets, we can just pop those right off. As you can see, they can move up and down a little bit. I might redesign these little so they have a little bit more movement, but you know, it is what it is. On top they also have these little hatches. Whoops. Another thing that I should maybe improve. There we go. So you can actually get a little minifigure right in here. Let me just put this one back on. I've got a little minifigure here. So you can have a guy sitting in the top in the front little turret there. Not really a commander, more of a gunner, or the commander of that turret, if you want to call it that. I don't know how many people would historically fit in this turret. I think about two, a gunner and a loader. But top of the turret, we have the exact same story. You also have a little hatch here on the top. So you can get another minifigure, which I do have. And then you can have your tank commander on top. Ooh, come on. There he is. So that just gives the vehicle a bit more... well, it just looks nicer like this. Main gun can move up and down if it wants to collaborate. There we go. Not too many... not too much movement, but you know, it is what it is. It does work a little bit, so... let's get these guys off. Now also probably one thing I should show off. This could actually be a bit of the main selling point of this set. That is this right here. You might recognize this set. If we have this, this should probably tell you enough actually. It drives. Let's put the camera down a little bit. And yeah, that's one of the things I still need to improve. Reversing, it does not really seem to want to reverse all too well. But hey, it drives around, it turns. Again, reversing, yeah, it's not the best. But that's the main reason why you actually built these in real life, so you can fix these faults. Now I actually have another next version already designed and planned. This is the 7th version. And well, I did not get to actually building or buying all the parts for it yet, because do keep in mind that this is pretty expensive. This set, I don't know the exact amount of parts, but I think it's somewhere around the 1400. So it's yeah, it's not the cheapest hobby in the world. But moving on, we can actually get the main turret off. If it wants to, there it is. It's just mounted on one of those larger turn tables with this round plate right here. Let's actually get him out of the way. Well, what we can do with the main turret, we can actually get the roof off as well. because the turret has an interior. So we actually have a little bit of the gun breech. That's also the main reason why this gun doesn't move up and down too much, because the breech is inside of the turret as well. Now here on the side, I actually got a couple of ammunition rounds, if they want to come out. Oh, a plate fell off. So this is, I actually looked at the historical rounds for this tank, and it seemed to have sort of two different types. So it has like this sort of pointy head, which is more of an armor piercing round. This would just be like a flat, high explosive round. Now, as you can see, the side plates are just mounted on with bricks with studs on the side, and then just some hinges. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's not the most stable thing in the world, but hey, it is what it is. I'll get the rounds back in later. We can just pop that right back on. Minifigures do not fit in with the roof on, of course. I mean, it's you can't get everything in life. So that's the main turret done, actually. Actually, I'll put that aside because we are not done yet. We can get the front turrets off as well. Like I showed in the beginning, you can just open up the hatches. There's no interior in this one. Back turret is actually the same as the front turrets, only with machine guns. Here I got the hinge plate placed 180 degrees, so these ones move upwards and then just straight, and these ones move downwards. I thought machine guns, you're going to be using them more against the infantry, so you want to point those downwards. So what we can do now is we can actually get these plates off, or just rip the entire tile off. I mean, you can expect these from behind the scenes videos. This is not the final product yet, so there you go. So this has a little interior. I've got some tools here. I hope you can actually see that. Antenna fell off. Come on, stay on. We got a little seat right there with two little levers, which a crew member can then operate. So you can actually play around with this a little bit. Let's actually get another minifigure. See if we can get them in. Again, the roof will not, or this plate will not fit back on when the minifigure is in there, but you know, it's just a little bit of play functions. Also, as you can see, the small turret are mounted on turntables right here. And we can also do the exact same thing with this, only just need to get the bushes out of the way so I don't rip those off. There we go. And here we have the belly of the beast. So we've got the battery pack right here. You can actually you can see the button right there. You can still access it. There you go, on, off. And over here is the receiver for the remote. And down there, let's see, yeah, you can see them slightly. Down there we have two engines. So this is left, this is right. And this is also accurate to the historical vehicle. The real vehicle on the blueprint, it had two engines, two V12 engines, so just flanked side by side. And down there would have a transmission binding those together, going to the rear and then controlling the tracks. In the 7th version, actually worked a little bit more in the engine compartment there. I'll put up some render photos of it so you can actually see that. And now what we can do with this last one. Oh, of course you can play with this too. As you can see, you got ammunition on the sides. You can just play with this a little bit. And on the back, no play functions, but you can see the engines, they get out of here. They go towards a couple of gears, and then to these, what are they called? Macaroni screws or something like that? I don't know. And they then transfer it to the wheels, which go right here. You can get a lot of panels off on this thing, so they run these ones right here. And actually, the reason why this thing, oh boy, I broke off some wheels. Oh well. The main reason why this thing struggles with reversing is this track wants to go back and it gets stuck behind there. So that's something I'm gonna have to improve. Actually, also in the 7th version, these are just a couple of wheels. But I actually did a lot more detailing for the gear and the suspension, so it's gonna have like a couple of return rollers as well here as well, so the track runs smoothly. Now it just hangs down. A lot of things are falling apart in this set. So you can play around with this set, but yeah, just be careful a little bit. Alright, so we're back. The recording actually decided to stop. Maybe I pushed the wrong button, I don't know. But what I was saying, the next future versions of this Lego set, the current 7th version I have worked out and detailed in the software, actually is divided into two models. So you have one model with the Lego Technic parts, so you can drive that around remotely. And there's also going to be one model that has just some Lego built engines, not functional, but just nicely detailed ones. So you can actually just have more of a play set. So you don't have all those cables on the inside, just open space, so you can play around with that. Now also, when will this set be done or released? I don't know. I don't know how many more versions I'm gonna make. As you can see, this one's completely gray. And maybe I want to give it a color scheme as well, same I did with the Type 95 Rogo. But all that, like, the reason why I have gray right now is that it's cheaper. Buying colored parts, it can get pretty expensive. And not all parts are available in all colors, and this is the most common color, so. Um, like I said, the 7th version, yeah, the 7th version is ready. I can start to buy the parts, but I'm a bit short on money right now, also because of the whole, well, the thing going on right now. I'm not going to say the word, but I currently don't have a job because I work in a restaurant, so yada yada yada, they're all closed. So I'm a bit short on cash, but when this whole pandemic is done, I'll actually get back to earning money, actually get back to finishing up these models. But if you want to help me out right now, I do have a Patreon account. I'll put the link in the description. You can check it out, see if you want to support me or not. These behind the scenes videos, I want to actually, well, my plan is to keep these only to the Patreon supporters. But right now, just to get my name out there, I thought just to publicly make these available. But I also have some other vehicles and projects going on that I only post on Patreon. So if you want to be more in touch with me and see what I'm doing, then be sure to go over there and help me out. Also, if you're a Patreon supporter, you can have more direct contact with me. If you have any sort of ideas or improvements for the vehicle, you can just let me know and I'll see what I can do. Other than that, I hope you're all having a nice day. Like I said, be sure to check out my Patreon. Be sure to check out my other video, one video, Type 95 Rogo. So yeah, have a nice day and I'll see you in the next video.